Phoenix Army, I think they're over it. It's heartbreaking if you're an agent because the Phoenix Army effectively denied you an upper bracket slot.
That's true.
Phoenix Army had a week already to process that. So I think they're fine. Weeks, right.
They've been struggling, man.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine.
They're fine. But yeah, you're right. It's huge. The denial here for Blacklist, I'm pretty sure they'd be mad though.
Yeah, and out of all the teams that you could deny something from, they chose Blacklist.
Oh,
one of the biggest fan bases here in the Philippines. And Renegade, he does find Bao, and Bao in deep trouble.
Pixel brush control coming in. Renegade, a fourth of his health. Ain't no one drawn first blood yet. Not under a minute.
All right, so definitely, you know what? It's been a hot miss as I've seen the Novatrix in the hands of these guys. I don't think I ever seen the Novatrix in the hand of Goyo as well, or Benfings and what do you call it?
A very different TNC.
It's a very different TNC completely, and they juked us. And I wonder how much of an effect that juke's gonna have in this game actually, right? Because. Frederick Jungle is great against Rizla, but overall, it's their only tank.
I can't for the life of me remember the last time we saw an XP lane Frederick in MPL Philippines.
Week 3.
All right, so there's only one other.
Yeah, like
that's a nice memory you got
like
there.
around week 3 or week 2, in the first leg of our regular season, XP lane Frederick was one of the, I would say, the picks, considering the power that he has over the draft, you know, with the jukes and all. And right now we are seeing it once again. Innocent in the new Beatrix skin. I think this is one to celebrate something Brazilian. I'm not quite sure.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that was the lore of that Beatrix skin. But the turtle already spawned here. Martis will be the first one, or Martis rather, first one to touch this turtle.
It's Insui. Big presence from Blacklist here. 4 members with TNC taking their time. Again, they're a little more mobile. Instead, they took too much time.
Yeah, that was a lot of time to take here, but again, it's also kind of warranted, I guess, because King Kong's just in no shape and form to contest that.
Not ready yet.
Yeah, he's not ready.
And the worst part about playing the Fanny is you don't really have a lot of abilities to take that turtle for yourself. You're better off taking down the hero trying to take down that turtle than stealing the turtle for yourself. But we are seeing quite the slow start in this game. You're already 3 minutes in, still no first blood. It might just change here with King Kong already picking up his purple.
And at the very least, King Kong isn't getting invaded over and over again like what we usually see in a lot of Fanny games.
Not yet.
Not yet. So, yeah, that's something that TNC has going for them. Although right now, Blacklist definitely going to be in a little bit of a lead here.
Small lead here for the side of Blacklist International, and that comes in from their first turtle take. A very silent game, which is honestly odd since we're looking at a Fanny game. TNC has to pump things up. They gotta find some things. Did he actually steal that? Did Innocent actually get that?
Yep.
Yeah, I think he did.
Animation-wise, it looked like it.
Yeah, so... Yeah, right now I get what you're saying, because right now TNC's lineup, it feels like it should go fast early on. But, no, they're taking it slow, which is a little odd to see.
Hello! Renegade, the hitman, finds Innocent, flickering on out underneath the gold, the tier 1 turn up top. Sensui draws first blood.
And that was fast, the flicker play coming in from the hitman, and with the comeback of the Kufra comes Renegade with a flicker play. Blacklist International solidifying that 500 gold lead. And now Goyo trying to play survive or don't starve together in this mid lane and just basically farm this wave.
That's a very nice game, yeah, that's a very nice game to play here. Just don't starve, right?
Never played it.
Just, no, I mean, you know, just
don't.
Tiptoeing against each other, just make sure you get resources, make sure you don't starve. That's a very good game to play.
Yeah, and now the turtle started here by Blacklist International, but Bao is right in front of him. No jungler to be found, might just be free for Blacklist.
I don't know what Bao was doing, maybe just checking in for vision. It's so hard to see a Fredrin without a retribution in a turtle take. But now it looks like the play for TNC is going to be up top. Oheb, I wonder if he knows. In comes King Kong. Answering back with a blazing duet. Not enough damage quite yet. Renegade almost instantly catching King Kong into his loving arms. That's a disengage from both TNC and Blacklist.
Oh, slight miscalculation there coming in from TNC. Didn't really expect the BMI to already be planted. Smart thinking coming in from Oheb. Just making sure to get what he can. And Mambo out.
Oh, down bottom though. It's Agent Zero going up against King Kong and Bao. But there's not enough damage between the 3 of them. Oh, this is just a sweaty, wet fight.
Yeah,
It's
Very liquidy, I would say.
very slippery.
Yeah, no, it didn't lead to much. It's like two boxers lapped up in Vaseline. This is no hits.
And again, this is what you get when
It's
you
just slipping on each other. It's just not enough damage.
Boxers wrapped in Vaseline.
Vaseline.
I will never forget that.
It's
Leo.
illegal technically.
It's
That is
it's
true.
illegal. You know, you can't put things around your hands. The only thing that you can here is in a phone because you're playing an MPL.
Another one coming in. Innocent forced to use the same play, and he does get the flicker away though. Both him and Ben Things with just about 5-6 HP between the both of them.
All right, Innocent trying to escape, but Renegade might just force this issue, but he doesn't. So they will be invading the purple buff. Classic Fanny gameplay over here, boys.
Here we go. King Kong kicked out of that pit. Sensui commits Grand Theft Purple, and now Blacklist walking away with a big old grin.
POV, you are a Fanny in the land of Dawn. 4 people in your purple buff, just a regular day.
Miserable.
This is what you get when you have a lineup that has your main tank, the only tank in your team, on the very far side of the map. It makes it very difficult for your team to actually control that mid area. But of course, your side laners, if they do well, they're going to get rewarded, which is exactly what Innocent's doing. I think his gold is pretty much still on par with OHEB. He's going to be behind, but not that far away.
Yeah.
That's a good sign for TNC.
That's 3 turtles secured for the side of Blacklist International. All objectives just secured here by Sensui. That ups his rate for a lot of games this time around. Blacklist International almost with a 2K gold lead. Gonna try to push the mid lane, but Vision is there coming in from Ben Things.
Throws it out, the Astral Echoes, no one home. 7 minutes in, gentlemen, this is a pacifist run for both TNC and Black.
Man, I love watching soccer. Now OHEB with Golden Staff might just be the signal for them to force more fights. Renegade will just be providing vision.
Bow in the middle of 4, the Mystic Gush coming out of you. Not enough damage, boy, yet unless Blacklist OHEB has something to say. The Filipino Sniper gets one, and another bow falls as well. 2 for none, but look at the back. It's Goyo. He finds OHEB. And so far, it's a 2 for 1.
Ooh.
Agent Zero coming in with the penalty zone underneath Tier 1 down
Oh,
bottom.
mid lane!
Sensui working mid. Gets taken down by King Kong.
Fights everywhere. We were complaining that it seemed to be a pacifist run and they just proved us otherwise. Looking at the item build here from FWD Life Insurance, we are already seeing a lot of physical damage here coming in from the Fanny. This is very important if you're TNC. But
Yeah.
if you're the side of Blacklist, what can we watch out for?
Across the board, it's essentially tied up. That 1.5k gold lead feels like it's so close. And like I said, even if Innocent's not really joining these fights yet, they're very close in gold. He's around only behind by 700 gold against OHEB here. So they can still put up a fight later on. The question is, when is TNC going to pull this trigger, though?
And finally, King Kong gets his purple buff. I think TNC, as we talk about when they're going to pull this trigger, I feel like the answer is now, considering that the Malefic Roar is already up and online for King Kong. No matter who the target is, he will hit like a truck. It just matters when he's going to pull that off.
Right, so now with OHEB on toe here on top side, Blacklist seems to be just quite knowledgeable. They know that they are in a bit of an advantage here, and they're trying to eke out as much value as they can. Well, of course, at the same time, keeping their eyes on King Kong.
Yeah, now Lord started here for the side of Blacklist International. Sensui holding on to this Lord. Blacklist International gets found out here with the Astral Echo. King Kong flying around on their side of the map as Bao tanks a lot of damage here.
Massive pull by Blacklist. Definitely favored for them here. Putting up 2 walls between TNC and the Lord. Bao now goes up front. Mystic Gush, the answer back. Not enough damage. In comes Agent Zero. Penalty zone taking out Bao. And underneath the pit, Blacklist taking it to the paint. Sensui gonna help secure this Lord. And look at this! OHEB taking down Goyo and walks away. Innocent! OHEB gets a double.
OHEB knows, OHEB sees, OHEB smells you inside the bush. And what else did I forget? OHEB, the Filipino sniper, just goes in and gets all of them.
It's a lot of pew-pews here in OHEB with just good game sense, knowing there was definitely someone there. He could smell it like a shark and water.
So right now, with this lead, Blacklist International will be trying to push in the mid lane with the Lord marching down bot lane. They could go in for at least 2 inhibitor turrets here, and best case scenario is try to end the game for Blacklist, but this is a level 1 Lord.
It's going to go ahead and crash into this tier 2 down bottom, shrinking the map for TNC. This is miserable if you're a Fanny-based lineup. There's less room for you to play around.
Yeah, less room for you to just go pretend like you're Spider-Man. It's literally just inside your base. And it's going to be really hard for King Kong to secure more gold just because of this fact.
Yeah, you're going to have to buy a lot more time here. And it's actually a little difficult to think that it's only 10 minutes and 40 seconds here in game time. It feels like we've been at it for quite a while, but TNC's just been receiving beating after beating after beating.
Yeah, TNC in this game number 2 looking very far away. Far off! Wait a minute! What?
King Kong, I mean, no matter how small a hole or small a street you find yourself in, if it's just 1v1 against a Fanny, it's going to happen.
Yeah, he's going to find his way in no matter what.
Thread the needle there.
Yeah, man. You know what they say, the more you mess around, the more you find out. And Oheb did find out when he tried to pick a fight against King Kong. Already 2-0 in a very low kill score game here. Still a 4K gold lead for the side of Blacklist International. The best part here, if you're TNC, is that King Kong has finally found his kills and his buffs for the time being.
I wish we saw how that happened.
I wish so too.
There was very little setup though. How did King Kong find that angle?
I mean, how did he actually get away without a scratch in the first place, right? I mean, it felt like there wasn't any fight, despite being surrounded by Blacklist.
Where was Renegade? Where was Edward?
It's like that one moment in anime where the samurai just sits there and somebody is already cut.
Nothing personal, kid.
That moment, nothing personal, kid. But it looks like King Kong trying to fight Sensui!
1v1, barely getting away! Sensui gets in the mortal coil, enough to keep him alive!
Oh man, almost. But almost is never enough.
All right, so if he can do that to a guy like Sensui, the Mortis, yeah, he can definitely do that against Oheb without any retaliation.
And now Innocent picking up the Wind of Nature. Again, a very crucial item here if you're up against a Claude. That would up the survivability of Innocent. But a very close game here. Well, not too close. It's still a 4K gold lead. But now TNC has no momentum, will be pulling the Lord to their side.
Wow, suddenly, given what's happened in the past 2 minutes, TNC's feeling some swag again despite the 4K gold lead. As you mentioned, Lord here at relative neutral. Now Blacklist with the lead. They're going to be blasting bow. Down he goes. Renegade down to 5th of his health. Dodging the snipe with a flicker. The hitman got instincts.
And that was close. Innocent actually could hit that without that flicker right there from Renegade.
Yeah. Lord Dance continues. Edward spaced out by 4 members of TNC. Bush control coming in from the Phoenix Army. And now Lord, 1/3 of his health. Check out OAB, still has a blazing duet.
Oh, Edward!
Coming in! King Kong very low! Gets hit by a inch of the Mystic Gush, but will not be enough to end him. And just like that, Blacklist staking their claim, 2nd Lord to their name.
All objectives so far going to the hands of Blacklist.
TNC, they got a little bit of momentum, but it was shaky at best, right? It was very difficult for them to actually get anything else aside from some, really swag kills here coming from King Kong. But they don't really have anything solid right now.
They do have to defend against this Lord, and this is a Luminous Lord, which means it might just get an inhibitor turret for free.
Would you say the King Kong show has run its course?
Yeah, pretty much.
Has it ended after what, 3 solid episodes?
No,
and there's
man.
What? There's 3 more in the season.
I honestly feel like it was just a pilot episode and it's suddenly gone. But now 2 waves crashing in, 1 up top, 1 down mid. And now they're gonna get their first inhibitor turret, and that's the mid lane.
Bang, a main artery gets taken out. Permanent damage to the base of TNC. And they're just doing their best here to clear the waves, to get some breathing room in.
The potential result here is we'll get another episode later on, Game 3.
Well, hopefully, because Bao right now tanking a lot of damage. Renegade
jumped in, could not even respond. Blacklist, as if they were a hive mind, collapse on the bow.
All of this behind the Kufra plays as well. Very, very intuitive.
The gourd pick is really potent if you're up against a tank such as the Fredrin, and maybe this is the entire reason why we're seeing this wave.
Whoa! King Kong show continues.
He's just out there. He's proving to buy some time here for TNC, and now another big push here. Goyo!
Stolen penalty zone. The answer back to Mystic. Gosh, he gets punished. Renegade gets a kill. Now Renegade gonna fall here unless he's still alive. The Hitman does not fall. In comes Bao one more time. He gets two. Serving it up to Innocent. Double kill. TNC back on the map.
King Kong still looking for blood.
He's
That's not Renegade.
Popping
He might just wait.
immortality onto the Hitman. Yue and him and Yue. They need to get out. King Kong smells blood. Oh, close call. Benting's looking for one. Does not hit the recall.
And right now, Innocent going for the push down mid lane. King Kong will be able to steal away this purple buff, and they did find themselves a short win. Cuts the gold lead from 6K to 2.4. This is looking great for TNC.
Yeah, that was massive, actually. A huge chain of events coming in. Blacklist was able to break down inhibitor turrets, but at the cost of a lot of deaths being given over TNC, showing how you can be unstable, but you can also just output ridiculous amounts of damage here with this lineup so far. And again, they are catching it at a time where the Fanny is right where you want it to be.
Hey, I'm all for chaos, and TNC, they're having fun. We could see that. We could look at King Kong and just know that he'll be down to burst anyone if he finds them alone. But this 2K gold lead is starting to diminish for the side of Blacklist International and TNC. If they're able to secure this Lord, it might just turn things around for them. Again, they just need this win to end this series. But for Blacklist, securing this one would mean a Game 3, so this is a lot of pressure for TNC.
This is the most dangerous TNC has been in Game 2. Almost 17 minutes in, they couldn't catch a break, and now they can threaten an easy pickoff, but they have to do it very, very carefully.
A lot of damage coming here for Innocent. Yue forced to regen in the back lines. Now Oheb will be farming up that top wave, just building up that creep wave. Now Blacklist International will be pulling this Lord to their side, and quite safely in this regard.
No, Lord just says, you know what? I don't want to play, man.
Yeah, he was very tired from that 7-minute Lord dance we saw in the previous series.
That's true.
So he's going to take a little bit of a break here and then get back to work, as we all do.
Edward. I do think that TNC knows where Edward is, so they will be avoiding that bush at all costs. And now Bao forced to dash out with the Renner's Apathy landing on Oheb. That's half of his HP instantly gone, and half HP for the Lord as well. Sensui trying to force it.
And they're going to collapse on the Agent Zero. He gets zeroed in, but not without falling. Immortality popped on him. Now Bao gets receiving end of another Mystic Gush. Oh, he's still holding on to it. Yue here, playing with space. Lord, a fifth of its health. Renegade looking for a good jump. Has saved his kit. Bao, half health. Lord gets soft reset.
Oh, look at the base! Woo! Minions, baby. But I do think that those minions aren't enough to secure this win as the minions spawn on the side of TNC.
Check King Kong. He can come in here. Nothing is impossible. Penalty zone onto Edward. Watch it. Bigger hitboxes. Sensui secures.
Quite unfortunate here for TNC. The minions did collapse in their base, and Blacklist International securing yet another objective in this game. Quite the perfect game for Sensui.
That was super smart because Blacklist could have actually taken the Lord multiple times in that exchange, but they held on. They were waiting for the minion waves to crash on bottom so they could get the optimal amount of advantages in that last engagement.
And that's just smart MLBB.
Whoa! King Kong, another 1v1 kill. Oheb happy to have his immortality.
And wow, Blacklist International. Good thing Oheb did have that immortality as the Lord marches down mid lane. King Kong looking for round 2. Finds Sensui, but just a bit of damage as the Lord enters the base of the Phoenix Army.
Majestic wave clear coming in from TNC, and they are struggling to keep this top lane inhibitor. Everyone's throwing out everything that they've got. And with that, the mere threat of King Kong pushes back Black.
King Kong showing up some really, really scary athletics here and making sure that Blacklist are on their toes each and every turn. Now in items, yeah, we're basically even. That 3.4k gold lead suddenly feels like it's nothing, as we do see that Blacklist, they are on the advantage in terms of map control right now, but TNC, they hold a very, very sharp blade.
At this point, the extra gold is only for buying and selling items. You know, the one that Kyrie does, buying the winter truncheon, buying the immortality at the right point in right time. And Edward switching his boots here to something faster, the rapid boots for optimal wave clearing.
He can weave in and out of combat and be where he needs to be. It's going to be very important in maintaining equilibrium, or at least favorable positioning here in the long lane.
Yeah, now for TNC, they are going to clear up their own jungle here, give the buffs to King Kong, or maybe even Innocent, but looks like King Kong will be getting the buffs for himself. A minute from now, the Evolved Lord will be spawning. That is the most crucial Lord in any given point, and this might just be TNC's biggest chance to turn this around if ever they do want to secure this game. But for Blacklist, I do feel like they still hold the advantage in terms of controlling said Lord area.
We're going to have to walk it slowly here. If you're Blacklist, you don't want to tread any unwanted waters. You don't want to group up too much in the bush as well, because one Astral Echo could reveal your whole lineup and you could get chased down. You also get slowed up. That's very scary, especially with the Novatrix right now who are on your tail.
And Novatrix combo, especially in the late game, goes really potent considering the damage that comes in from both of those poking tools. A Blacklist, they do find Bao. Bao dashes in, quite brave, but he's not going to pay the price though, because there's not a lot of damage just yet.
Speaking of, there's the Astral Echo. King Kong struggling to get his purple. Does he get it? Oh, it's served up to Innocent.
Still gets.
Well, at least the TNT Pro Team got their own purple, just not in the right hands.
Yeah, King Kong might be problematic here with the energy, which is a something that Blacklist already has thought of as well. They're constantly denying their purple buff as well, just leaving that little boy.
Bang! Almost point blank. Renegade finds Bao, keeping him in place. There's not enough damage to capitalize on the face check that Bao committed. King Kong coming in from the west. Check out Goyo. Massive bush control. Agents here are going to check in on him. Edward spotted. Edward put down a third of his health. Still has immortality. The dance continues. Lord pulled out. Lord reset.
Yeah, another reset for this Lord. Blacklist International knows that they have the advantage. The longer this Lord dance goes, the more pressure TNC has as the minions march down inside of their base.
All right, so there's some pressure on mid and bot side as well. But, of course, Goyo is still going to try to make a run for his money here on mid. They're still going to try to contest this, or at least look like they're trying to contest it.
Yep, Oheb, very difficult scenario, but looks like immortality is once again up for the Filipino sniper, so this is a bit safer for him now. Lord continued here by Blacklist International. Bao right in front.
Ooh, Oheb chunking away at Bao. Sets up a BMI. Oh, I can smell another reset unless Blacklist decides they need to collapse. They need to make a call here.
Yeah, they're looking for Goyo right now, and they're looking for King Kong.
King Kong just planting himself inside this purple buff as the Blacklist International squad secures Lord, trying to get his own purple, and he doesn't get it. Quite unfortunate.
Oh no, Sensui here commits the decimate. Couldn't kill Bao.
All right, so we're back at it, where it's definitely Blacklist in the lead here. That 3.8k, now they have some big minions walking up on top. They probably could also get the inhibitor turret on top side. And then TNC has to deal with this huge wave and this very threatening Blacklist knocking on their doors.
Tough defense here for the side of TNC Pro Team, but they have to survive this if they want to extend the game. Blacklist in all three lanes gonna push inside the base.
That's top lane going first. TNC making sure they count their blessings, their big ults. And there's an Astral Echo, spots everyone. Renegade with a bouncing ball, making sure that space isn't scarce. King Kong coming in, clearing some waves. Penalty zone from Edward.
Ooh.
And just like that, Oheb gets his immortality popped. Astral recall almost taking him down. Oheb gets the shield. The catch on the King Kong. The hitman helping set him up. King Kong still has immortality. Goyo takes down Oheb. That's one down from Blacklist. TNC clapping back.
What are those micro mechanical plays? Like, even Renegade finding King Kong mid-flight almost takes him down, and suddenly Goyo out of nowhere. TNC is showing up, and might I say the hitman, I missed this playstyle coming in from him.
That's true. This is one of his very first picks that really put him on the map as a pro player, and we're seeing exactly why. First of all, very good way here for Oheb to not go for the BMI. And then look at that. The instant assist straight to the Tyrant's Rage at the exact moment where you need it to be.
And that's just
Mid-air.
experience.
Mid-air catch.
Man, Renegade has adapted, has grown, and right now he's showing what he got.
Yeah.
But still, Blacklist International with a lead here, but everybody already has their items. It's all up to the micro mechanics, the macro, but advantage still goes to Blacklist International as no inhibitor turrets stand for the side of TNC Pro Team.
Now, multiple high-level plays are going to be needed to actually put this game back in TNC's favor, but they're doing it one step at a time here.
Yeah, one step at a time is something that they have to keep in mind. They can't be too greedy if you're TNC.
Wow, 25 minutes in, and I'd say from the 15 to 16-minute mark, this is the first time TNC actually crossed the river.
That is true.
So it's looking good for the Phoenix Army. If you remember the Phoenix Army, the Phoenix fam, you're watching from home, this is the moment you've been waiting for. TNC are so close to a sweep.
And we haven't seen that for a very long time. For Blacklist International, they would still want to secure points here, and TNC, they're looking for the engage. They find Renegade, and Renegade will be tanking brunt of the damage, but King Kong cancels the penetration that he wanted to do, and now Blacklist will be holding on to their side of the map. It's 50-50 now, if you ask me.
Yeah, even with those inhibitor turrets down right now, it feels like TNC can actually defend anytime they want because of the Fanny, right? So this Lord definitely going to be up for grabs here anytime soon. And TNC's not quite out of it yet.
Now, Bao will be just tanking a lot of damage right in front. The Lord will be started here by Blacklist International, which means it's still going to be TNC contesting around this Lord area, and going in to the vicinity of the Lord will be a big, big challenge here.
Renegade spotted. Bao kicks him out of the pistol brush. Here comes King Kong. Making a beeline for the Lord. At half health, slightly favored for Blacklist. Astral Echo spots a few. Goyo laying down some damage. Big knock-up from the Lord. Innocent playing with range. Keeping the Lord in check. Lord now a third of its health. Bullet thrown out. Appraiser's Wrath from Bao. And a big one coming in. Blazing the wet from King Kong threads the needle. Scores the Lord for TNC.
Bao might survive too. No casualties in that entire Lord fight. In TNC, they finally secure their first objective of the game.
Best case scenario here for the Phoenix Army, coming in clutch at the very last moment, where I thought with a blazing duet it would make it very hard for King Kong to hit that retribution, but no, he held it hand steady. He was able to make it out alive.
King Kong is in a state of flow.
That is true.
Almost 30 minutes in, it hasn't looked great. They have been struggling. It's an uphill battle. But in that moment, in this current moment, he has been on point. He's done everything that he needs to do to be able to threaten a sweep against Blacklist.
King Kong is a man on a mission. And the mission right now is to sweep Blacklist International as the Lord marches up top. Mid lane is the next task here for TNC as they go in for the inner turrets, and they will be taking them down with ease. And now Lord crashing down top.
The sweet nectar of the purple buff right into the hands of that Fanny. Innocent and the rest of TNC pushing up top, taking down Inhibitor. Up next on the docket in mid. King Kong doing his best here to clear down bottom as well. It's safe to say, 28 minutes in, TNC is in control.
So much standing gold went into the pockets of TNC, and it just, I'm sure it's going to bolster the way that this is playing here, as well as Goyo's burst on that Valentina. Something that we really have to be aware of. And now Bao, full-on XP lane Fredrin here.
Double purple, man. Double purple on King Kong.
Oh my
He's
god,
so
he did
thirsty.
also get that purple. Oh my goodness.
He's just so thirsty, man. Like, he suffered for a good 20 minutes in this game. He kind of deserves it, you know? Don't forget to hydrate. Don't forget to get your purple. If you're a Fanny, you want this twice as much as, as much as he is getting right now. That's already 2 purple buffs in his hand.
Yeah, since this is a relatively long game, I suggest you guys get up, get hydrated, grab a glass of water, and then come back and watch the game, because these dances, whatever's coming up in 50 seconds, it's bound to be a Lord dance of epic proportions.
Hey, the longest game so far in MPL Philippines is 34 minutes,
Nope,
and we're...
it's 38.
Oh, 38?
That's for Season 12.
No, I mean for Season 12?
Yeah, 38. It's Echo Black.
That's
Oh,
right.
wow. Then we're a long way there. The build-up is now ruined.
Well, you set it up, man. You just had the fast wrong.
Hey,
That's
we can just You never know. You can never tell here, especially with games like this. They can def unlimitedly. So
That's your reality, dude.
That's my reality.
that's a very interesting dimension you live in.
Oh man, if only I could bring you to my dimension. A lot of alternate realities in this world, but this reality is that TNC is about to take control of the next big objective. One inhibitor down for the side of Blacklist International. It's only in the top lane. In terms of map pressure, Blacklist still holds advantage, but in terms of momentum, I would say TNC has been in a good string of plays lately.
This is exactly what we want to see, though. If you're Blacklist, they're not conceding control of the map as of yet. They're keeping it a little bit more than 50-50. But right now, Sensui seems to be on an island of his own.
Yeah.
As the rest of the team are trying to hunt down this Fed.
Ooh, that's quite a bit of damage laid down by 4 members of Blacks International, while on the other hemisphere of the Land of Dawn, it's TNC wailing away at the Lord. Innocent pulling the Lord over to the side. Look at this! Sensui down to 1/10 of his health. Where did that damage come from? And now it changed.
Whoa!
King Kong takes down the immortality on Sensui. Yue with a missing gush. Bao barely alive. Bao still here, still has immortality. Lord very close to going down. Renegade with a jump and the flicker and the ult. Where's one going? King Kong scores!
And now Goyo, Renegade, Immortality popped as well, and Blacklist International, no casualties. It is a 4v5, but still the Lord goes to TNC.
King Kong's out for 75 seconds, though. That could be really something. That's also a lot of the wave clear gone from TNC. They have to expend a lot of skills to really clear these waves. Luckily, Blacklist don't seem like they want to push forward yet because they did not get the Lord. Very crucial control here from King Kong on the objective.
And now Bao trying to survive the burst down. Renegade misses Ben things, overshoots for quite a bit. Lord still marching up top.
It's a little bunny hop coming in from the Hitman. Bao drops a Praiser's Wrath, and this is, tragic, because TNC really can't take advantage of the Lord unless they play this a very specific way.
They have to play it super duper slow so that King Kong can have time to get into the fight, but they should not suffer any more casualties if they want to get this.
The Hitman has become the prey, and now he's down. King Kong about 10 seconds off. Lord still standing. TNC slowly marching on.
Yeah.
70 seconds for the Hitman. The Lord is still there, and King Kong will be alive in a couple of seconds. Bao just tanking everyone in front of Blacklist International as Oheb tries to clear it very desperately. Mid lane crashing down. TNC, is this the moment?
Oheb gets his immortality pop. Where's his damage coming from? Innocent takes him down. Just 3 members left. Make it 2. TNC. Phoenix fam. Phoenix army on the cusp of victory. Here comes King Kong. Here comes the waves. Edward backing on out. TNC, they can smell it. Victory is nigh.
Minions, they're
Where
waiting
the
for the
minions
mid
go?
lane wave. It's
Where
still,
the minions?
it's still a 2v5. Is this it? Is this finally it?
You can count the seconds. Yue gets the immortality pop. Down he goes. It's just Edward. Edward versus the world. Penalty zone wailing away at the members of TNC. Ladies and gentlemen, TNC gets the victory.
And this glorious